What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Stuber. Hey, before you watch this review, please subscribe to my channel and press that like button and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you would like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. The problem with Stuber is that despite the fact that it has likable characters and enjoyable performances, especially from its two leads, Dave Bautista and Kumail Nanjiani, the script is mediocre at best. Stuber relies too heavily on chaos rather than a coherent plot structure. And because of that, the movie is also 80% of the time just isn't funny. Because let's face it, there's only so many Uber-related jokes that you can throw in there. And the rest just falls into your usual tropes that are neither fresh nor clever. Directed by Michael Dowse, Kumail Nanjiani plays a mild-mannered Uber driver named Stu who seems to be having difficulties getting 5-star ratings from his passengers. And then suddenly, he picks up Vic, played by Dave Bautista, who happens to be a cop on the trail of a brutal killer. Vic has vision problem. He's not able to see right without his glasses on, so that in itself presents an added ordeal to this already awkward and unexpected pair-up. Co-starring Iko Uwais, Betty Gilpin, and Mira Sorvino. In its nature, Stuber is essentially an action buddy comedy. So let's break that down. As far as action goes, the film not only is uninspired, but there's also nothing really well staged about it. The whole thing is like a series of one happenstance after another, hoping to score some cheap thrills instead of anything that is remotely close to being memorable. My fellow Indonesian and the Raid superstar Iko Uwais plays the villain, but unfortunately there is no depth to his character, and just like how his talent was wasted in Mile 22, Stuber is yet another round of Hollywood not understanding how to film Iko's fights correctly. And now let's get to the buddy part, which I admit starts out on a pretty decent note. Dave holding Kumail's keys hostage. Kumail keeps complaining about Dave being a shitty passenger. It's your usual odd couple type of banter, but halfway through, there's this fight scene between Kumail and Dave that is more annoying and unwarranted than it is entertaining. By the time that Dave and Kumail's characters supposedly appreciate one another, the lead up to it is not solid enough to make me buy the idea that they are now fast friends. And last but not least, the comedy. While it is fun watching Dave squinting, struggling to see, stumbling into objects because he's going blind, and while it is somewhat fun watching Kumail coming up with Uber jokes every 5 minutes or so, but given enough of that routine happening constantly, after a while, the whole shtick just loses its charm. And by the third act, Kumail's screaming and panicking the entire time doesn't help or doesn't make things any better either. And then there's this odd thing where Betty Gilpin's character wants to have sex with Stu after friend-zoning him, and that is a situation that keeps getting brought up repeatedly, and the movie keeps beating that thing against the wall. But ultimately, we, the audience, find ourselves saying that famous line from the movie Mean Girls. Gretchen, stop trying to make Stuber happen. It's not gonna happen.